What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back here at this remodel addition job, and if you hear the beeping outside, that is our flooring delivery. It just pulled up. We've been here for the past hour or so waiting on them. They said anywhere between 8 and 10, and it is 9:10, so they were spot on, right in the middle of their time frame. But we also have these windows in, and this door, personally, I think it looks amazing. And these windows are also in as well. These were the last pieces that we were waiting on. So the guys have been here, not yesterday, but a couple days ago, and installed all of these. They're just doing the finishing touches today. And we are waiting on these guys to get this flooring inside. So they're gonna leave some of it in this room here, some of it down in the family room, and then we can go to town with the flooring when it is time to do that. They're just backed in the driveway. Vicente is moving the van. We'll get it all unloaded. All right, guys, the flooring company just left, dropped everything off. We got 84 bundles of flooring. We got a couple splines here. We got a new gun, stapler, I guess you would call it. In here is a tool. Then we got adhesive, and they also left some of it down in this room here for us, so we don't have to move it like crazy to get it all down here, because both these floors here, this lower section and the upper section, are all the same flooring, so makes it a little bit easier for us. We are about to go and take breakfast right now and then get back to work. All right, guys, so I just pulled back up to my house, and I need to get rebar in this footing and close off the sides today because we have an inspection tomorrow, and obviously this needs to be done. So what I'm gonna do, I have a drill with me. I'm gonna drill one hole about here, another hole about here. We'll get 2 pieces of rebar. They'll go into the wall a little bit. They'll come this way, and then they'll be bent, and they'll turn and go that way. So we'll have 2 rows this way. I'll have a couple pieces going across that I can just lay the rebar on, and it'll hold them. And then I'm going to make a couple legs that will just be about 1 foot by 4 or 5 foot bend, basically an L, that I can put in the concrete once it's poured. That'll go up in the middle of the wall here once we have the wall in. So that way the wall and the footing are all tied together. I have all the rebar here. I have all my tools. This is a Hilti drill. That is a little rebar bender breaker machine thing. I don't know the exact name for it, but basically all you do is you put the rebar through here. If you want to break it, you put it in here. If you want to bend it, I have a tube just to slide the rebar in to give me a little bit of leverage. So I have pretty much everything I need. I am going to set up a little time lapse here and get this done, and I will show you when I'm finished.
Let's go.
All right, so I got all the rebar in. What I did is I drilled 2 holes into the footing there, and I bent one single piece to fit perfectly in here, and I made 4 little brackets that hold the rebar. I do have to tie them all together eventually, but I have to run real quick because our guys need 1 box of siding on that job that they're on, and I have to go all the way to Danbury because that is the only place that has it. So that's about a 50-minute drive from here. So I'm gonna come back and finish this later. I just have to make a couple small little bends that'll go in the concrete and stick straight up, that'll go right in the middle of our wall, and I believe that is it. So we're pretty much done. This will pass an inspection as it is now, but I want to have everything ready, that way I'm not doing anything once we have the concrete here. So I will come back later and bend all that, but I need to hop in my truck, go get this siding because those guys need it today. All right guys, so I am back at my house now, and I got quite a bit more done than when I was here before. I started working before I turned the camera on. I tied all the wire on, or I tied all the rebar on wire. I added a couple more, and then I also added these 2x4, or they're not 2x4s, but these pieces of wood across, and I preset screws in them. And I have one of our upright pieces in here. These are going under here. They're gonna hit a piece of rebar, get tied in there, and then they're gonna get screwed right along that string line. So that string line is the dead center of our wall. So basically what I'm gonna do is use this one as a temporary, or as a template. I'm gonna hold this here. I'm gonna screw all these 2x4s in, and then I have to bend 7 more of these. So I only have 1 made, but let me show you. Where's my screw gun? Let me show you what I mean real quick. So I am hooking this on the bottom of the rebar that I put in before, right in the corner. I'm sliding this up until it hits it, moving it over to the string line, make sure that string line is not touched by anything, and then I'm screwing this right there. So now I can put a screw in right next to this. I can wire tie it to the rebar, and then I can wire tie it to the screw. So this will hold it perfectly square in our wall. So that way when we pour our walls, or when we form our walls, we know that these pieces of rebar standing up are not on an angle, and they're exactly where we need them. All right guys, I'm pretty much done. I just went around and cut some pieces of plywood and screwed them to the side just to block off the opening underneath, because this side of the dig was a bit deeper than the other side. The other side is sitting pretty much right on the dirt, and I didn't have to worry about it. I just kind of backfilled a little bit up against the outside there, but the rest of it I needed to cut plywood. I cut some small pieces down there, some pieces here, pretty much went around this whole thing and blocked off all the sides. That way when we pour it, we're not running into an issue with the concrete trying to fly out any of the sides here. But if you were wondering what I meant before about what I was doing with the rebar here, is I tied it there and then I tied it to the screw as well. This will be higher than our pour, so the block across plus the screw and that tie wire there will all come off eventually when we pour it. We'll have to line these up. They're a little wobbly right now just because there's only 2 places holding them and they're about 4 feet tall, so that'll be adjusted when we pour. I did 5 down this row and 3 back to the house, so we're in good shape. The building inspector is coming some point tomorrow, so hopefully he passes it. I can't imagine he wouldn't, but you never know. Either way, I think that is pretty much it for this one. The next video here will probably be me pouring it, maybe. I'm not sure. This is a simple pour, so maybe I might just get this done, and then when we're forming the walls on top of it, that might be the next video here. But either way, if you guys have any questions or comments, definitely leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.